opportunity. I was quite fortunate. On January 26th in Waukegan, Illinois, I testified before this committee that's meeting here today, the Illinois Family Law Study Committee. I was fortunate to be given that opportunity. And what I testified was that we have a de facto standard in Illinois that unless you have thousands of dollars and several witnesses that can prove how much you were engaged with your child, and then even have to prove it at a certain level, the de facto standard is you walk away with 4 overnights a month with your child. What's the problem with that? As I testified that day, and it's still true today, from one end of our state to the other, county after county, de facto visitation schedule of 4 overnights per month. It makes uncles out of fathers. And when politicians and attorneys and others, people say the dads don't want to be involved with their kids, they say that's because you made them into uncles. Dads don't want to be uncles, they want to be fathers. You've also created Disneyland dads because they're only with their kids 4 overnights out of a month. These are fathers who've been with their child every night of the month prior to that court decision. If you were to look at the Newsweek magazine 3 days ago, it came out with an article written about fathers and about how all the studies are showing that father involvement and engagement with their children has dramatically increased over the last 30 years. That's the change. Our family structure has changed, and we need Illinois to change along with it. The problem we've got is that the standards, the protocols of our family courts are mired in the thinking of the 1980s and do not reflect our current involvement with our children. You can look at the research that's been done on this. It's well documented. There's stacks of studies that show that consistently for over 30 years, non-resident parents in general have wanted shared or equal time with their children, and they've not been granted it. There are the myths out there that say, well, we can't grant it because you have to almost still act as if you're married between the parents in order to have that amount of time between the parents. That's a myth. This committee heard testimony in January of 2009 from some of the most respected people in the United States. One of them who had done over 400 court custody evaluations, who said, in almost every custody evaluation I do, I recommend almost equal parenting time. He said, another researcher said, for a non-resident father to be given no more than 4 overnights a month would only fit a disinterested father. Somebody who really didn't care about being engaged with their children. So this needs to change, and the ignorance that goes along with it needs to be exposed, and we need to educate people. That's why I came up here today. That's why I hope you're here today, is to help dispel the ignorance that's out there about non-resident parents and about the fact that we have a de facto visitation standard in Illinois of 4 overnights per month throughout the school year. And we've got variability from one county to the next. We've got written rules on how many weeks out of the summer we get with our children that are ridiculous, that are not, as researcher Joan Kelly referred to them, child-unfriendly schedules, right? And we just need to get enough awareness going and make these, everybody in the system realize, whether it be GALs, attorneys, judges, legislators, realize that Illinois is still adhering to this antiquated parentectomy of getting rid of one parent over any slightest perception that the two don't communicate while they're in the middle of a divorce, which is a ridiculous standard for our children. It has been well documented by people like Dr. Fabricius in Arizona State. These children grow up and ask, why was I not given more time with my other parent? So we need to do the right thing for children. We need to bring about change here in Illinois. Thank you.